Alright folks, welcome back to the Plain Fun RC channel. And I'm your host, Saul. I always wanted to say that. Anyway, so what we're doing right now, folks, is we're trying to set up the pull for the rudder. And I was chatting with the designer, Michael, and basically what he said was that the best way to set it up is to use string. Now, because this was a kit version, the holes are not pre-drilled. I mean, the plane itself is built, as you can see, but there's just the last little things you need to do, you know, radio installation and so forth. Anyway, so his idea of string was brilliant. So what I'm trying to do first is to establish a level line, meaning that when we look at the control horn, the ball link is for the most part level when compared to the control horn itself. And then from the rear, we're trying to establish a line such that when the rudder moves from side to side, the connector here doesn't, you know, get bound up in anything. The other issue too is also we have to consider the pull here for the elevator as well. Now, so I'll run a piece of string there to get that set up so we can find a different exit point. But for the most part, I think it's a brilliant idea. I think I may have found the location as far as where it needs to go into. And then we'll just, once I determine the location on this side for the rudder, and the hole on this side for the elevator as well, then I'll be able to go ahead and just mirror that on the opposite side as well. So that's where we are, and more to come. All right, folks, welcome back to the Plain Fun RC channel. I'm your host, Saul. Always wanted to say that. Anyway, I just want to give you a quick update. So here's what we have. The designer had a fantastic idea, which I never thought of. Use kite string to help with the initial setup. And you can see we've got the kite string set up. We've got our pull elevator servos here and the one over here. And you can see the strings going back. Now, what I did initially to set this up was that I took a short piece of string, as you can see right here. That's a short one, nothing real long. And I put it through the eyelet here, and then just found the spot here, the hole. And the way I determined that is two things. One, I tried to make sure that the arm here was fairly level. It's dropped just a little bit because the tape doesn't hold. This is just lightly sticky tape. I tried to make sure that was level, but also, in addition to making sure that that is level, if you look at the actual arm itself here, notice how for the most part it's pretty darn straight. Not entirely, but pretty straight, about as straight as I could get it. So once I determined that, then I went ahead and drilled the holes. And the same holds true for the rudder. You're making sure that it's level, and then of course making sure that it's fairly straight as much as you can. Obviously, it's going to tilt in a little bit. Here's both of them. There you go, like that. That's better, right from the rear. Anyway. So I have some measurements for you if you do get this aircraft and you are building it. For the elevators, for the top and the bottom, they are going to be 80, you can see that little mark right there, 86 millimeters from the leading edge of the elevator. The rudder, if I take it from the eyelet that you see there, I'm going to do this the best I can. Let me get this ruler in place here. And roughly, if you look at the hole, it's about 200 millimeters from there. Okay. So that's the starting point. Now, as far as how far apart here, Well, ultimately it depends upon your setup here, but nonetheless, for the height between the two holes, you can see there's the hole here and the other. Oops, sorry, let me do this again. There we go, that's better. Okay. The hole there is there. That's not gonna work. All right. Hole is there, and the other hole is down there. And you can see roughly how many millimeters it is. Looks to be close to 70. I'd say close to 70, roughly right about 68 millimeters apart. Anyway, so that should be helpful to you folks when you're setting this up. So the pool is set up. What I'm thinking about doing is maybe using a little bit of a small tube to come out of here. And to show you what I'm talking about, let me take you over here to the Condor Model Products Atom A500, and you can see the pool and how it's set up. Notice how there's a very small tube coming out there, and that helps prevent chafing with the wire. There's the small tube coming out of the pool for the rudder. So there's our pond racer coming along. So for the most part, the next step is going to be the flaps. I've got to fix the flaps and get the servos installed, and we'll work from there. But the pool is set up for right now, and after the plane is painted, then we'll go ahead and put in the wire and get it all crimped up. That's it. More to come. Just one quick shot so you can see the pool just from this angle from the front. That's all. There you go. All right, more to come. Thank you for looking.